It's such a gorgeous morning, and I thought it'd be a perfect day to show you around a few projects and things of interest in the back part of the property. So let's go. So here's something that's interesting. As you might remember, we cut back this part of the ponytail palm, or Bocarnia recurvata, after the hurricane because it had been damaged. So we went back to a part that wasn't damaged, and we have lots of new sprouts coming out of this area. So that's a nice thing for this plant. This is our White Sapote tree. It's one of the few trees that was here when we moved in 1999, and it was old then. It looked basically the same as it does now. So I think it's really old. The previous owner said they never got fruit from it. And here we have flowers. And we've gotten fruit for a few years. It's small but delicious. So we'll look forward to some more fruit this next season. This is an old avocado tree. And, you know, I'm the third owner of this property. The second owners had owned it from 1942 to 1999. And this tree was actually planted by the first owners of the property. And so this makes it really old. It's got like a hollow in the top of the trunk there, and bees are really happy. They've made a hive there. And that often happens in these trees. They develop big hollows, and the bees like it. So it limits our ability to trim that area, but we're keeping it anyway. It's a really nice avocado, and it's sort of cool that this tree is really old, like probably about 100 years old. We have this other one. This is the only other avocado tree remaining from that big avocado grove. Also the same variety. It's in a little bit better shape. It's hard to say because one year one will get in better shape than the other, but you know, you can see there's some major rot going on here. You know, it's both of these. Avocado really doesn't like to be cut back, and so the hollows just develop. This one doesn't seem to have bees in it, but I'm sure there's other critters that like those little protected areas. But as far as I can see, this is still a healthy plant, so we like the avocados and we'll keep it in the grove. So this is the very lowest part of our property. Water comes down the hill from a few directions, and also nutrients. So the grass grows very quickly here for most of the year. We don't plant a lot here for two reasons. One is occasionally we get standing water, and so that can limit what plants you put here. The ground is soft because of all the stuff getting washed down. But most importantly, for much of the year, the tall trees from the neighbor's yard just make a whole lot of shadows here. And, you know, shade is not great for fruit trees, almost all fruit trees. And so we have very happy grass, but we put a few trees in just to see how they do. So this is one of our manzano bananas, and it's sort of getting to the sun here above the, I guess this is longan and lychee here from the neighbors. So it should start sending out fruit, probably not as much as a banana grown in full sun will. So we'll watch this, and hopefully we'll get some fruit in the next few months. another manzano, and it seemed like this was the most protected area of the property. The bottom of the hill had neighbor plants that would block the wind. So this is the one banana that had fruit that we didn't cut off. And it was just enough wind to topple it over anyway. But that's not a problem. We've got the next generation almost ready to produce some fruit. This is our original mango hedge. A lot of interesting seeds that were planted here many years ago. And this was something I noticed after the hurricane, is this old graft right here. Not so old, it's probably 2 years old at most. And it had been, the branch had been damaged by the hurricane. So I cut it back here, and we have new shoots. This is perfectly normal for many varieties to have this burgundy colored leaf when they're new. This is very tender, and when after they mature, they'll be green. But we might have to wait 2 years to figure out what variety I grafted onto this area. And then next door, I did have grafts on stuff, new grafts, and it was actually honeykiss that I put on, and those new grafts were blown off by the hurricane. So after it's getting to the point where I could graft again. Our original mango hedge was mostly for a visual screen. And seedling mangoes can take a long time. It can take 11 years before they produce fruit. Some of the varieties, the new varieties that were planted because the seeds were monoembryonic, actually produce really good fruit. And there's others that didn't. Not only does each of these trees have the potential of producing a new superior variety, but I have grafted known varieties onto many of them so far. So with these new grafts, part of this tree will actually be producing a known variety in about 2 years. And so I've done that for many of these trees along this hedge. So the good news is, in 2 years, these trees will be working for us. They will be productive, and we will be enjoying the mangoes from them. So that's a little glimpse of what is going on in this part of the back of the property. I've always got some change going on in every part of the property, but this is just different for several reasons. Not only is it a low part of the grove, but also a large part of it has shadows. But we have a lot of fun projects going on anyway. It's a beautiful morning, so I hope you enjoyed that little quick tour, and enjoy your day.